Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you'll agree that it's been a wonderful day. Now, I haven't taken this job lightly as best man. I'm sure that the lads on the stag do will agree with that. No giggles, please, fellas. But I have to say that being the best man is a little bit like the job the Queen has. Everybody knows that this job has to be done, but no one wants to do it. For those of you who don't know me, I am one of Carl's, I hesitate to say, oldest friends. And just like when I met Kate, it's just around the corner of Lancaster University and Lonsdale College. People who've met Carl and me know that on occasion we are known to have the odd pint of beer. To help illustrate this, I'd like a show of hands. If you think that Carl asked me to be the best man in the local Preston Public Library, put your hands. If you think Carl asked me to be his best man in a pub, put your hands. There we go. Now then, I would like to thank both Carl and Kate on both myself and Caroline's behalf for their lovely words. And also I would like to thank John Sue for this lovely reception that was put on for us. I'm sure that even John's kind and endearing words will be remembered by Kate for a very long time. Thank you very much. When I was asked to be best man by Carl, I knew what this job entailed. Keeping things over today, handling the rings, which I did in a lovely way, or even signing the register and doing this speech. But as usual, there was much more to it, and I was very wrong in my initial thoughts. The best man, myself, I was given this book by a couple to tell me exactly what I had to do. I was reading through it, and it told me all these rules, what I could and couldn't say during this time. And I wrote down all these stories, and then all of a sudden, I threw them away. Because I couldn't say anything maybe slightly dangerous because of all the company that we were in front of. So I did fill up 4 minutes of nice things to come, which in itself is a mission. So what I've decided to do is put together a few things which make Carl Neil Messenger. One thing which has always been a source of my amazement has been his fanatical dedication to any subject which may delight him at any given moment. I'm going to give you a brief list. Batman. The artist formerly known and then currently known as Prince. Michael Jackson, who I'm coming back to in a minute. Fantasy war games, automobiles, he loved that Fiesta. Loved it. Transformers, loved that. Bob Dylan, currently it's Neil Young, which, when we arrived at the stag do there was flat in Edinburgh, Tim Bulmer over there was gutted that he couldn't play anything else other than Neil Young. I've never seen that man cry so much. And finally, for this speech anyway, Madonna. Yeah. Now, I want to go back to Michael Jackson. When I met Carl, all those years ago, 1999, Lonsdale College around the corner, we always talked about things like Bob Dylan and other singer-songwriters that we really enjoyed. A few weeks and months down the line, I find out that he actually loved Michael Jackson as a kid. In fact, Wacko Jacko was such an idol to young Carl that he practiced Michael Jackson moves every day, every night. Just think about it, 6-year-old Carl moonwalking with his beard, because he's always had one, for a Christmas tree in front of the family. Right, even if that bearded 6-year-old was not treat enough for you in your mind, think about this. 1 year, 6 years old again, he pestered his parents for him to be entered into a Michael Jackson dancing competition at the local Southampton Gala. Pestered. Will you take it? So they buckled in and they took him. So they were waiting around for hours and hours as this DJ was building up to it. It was right, in you come. And so there was a row of kids doing all these Michael Jackson moves. and there was Carl going away, white shoes, a lot. And then, first round, touchdown. Didn't even get past that first round, and this injustice stays with him to this day. But later on, I assume that he's going to show us the devastating damage, which I personally am indebted to this day. But this fanatical dedication doesn't stop at singer-songwriters, superheroes, and indeed pop sensations from the 1980s. Carl has always been fanatical about Kate. From the first year at university, to him living in a dressing gown in a barn house not 2 minutes walk from here, to, as John said, to when they were travelling around the world together, and to now when they reside in Edinburgh. And with Kate at his side, he's so tolerant of the people that he meets on his day-to-day walking around, to his travelling about, unbelievably tolerant of the people that he meets. I'm sure he couldn't do that without Kate. When they were travelling, we used to send him regular emails, 2, 3 times a week, sometimes just once a week. Well, that's fine, because I was always looking forward to this next new email. And this is one, I'm going to directly quote Carl from when they were in New Zealand. Directly quote him. Driving here is pretty good. Not a thing on the road usually, but when there is something, you know about it. Everybody here is a Class A jumbo lunatic on the road. I'm told to pass the driving test here, you just have to drive the local constable around the block and bang! You're a legal roadworthy menace. Now, as I said, I really enjoyed these emails that I got. And I really knew that they got to a life-affirming place in their relationship where they could make this beautiful day and this wedding that they've got together. And this is the point in the same email that I knew that they were ready to do this commitment. Kids managed to blend in fine here with the lunatic drivers, screaming through quiet little towns in third gear, rattling our 1.8-litre monster camper van like it was a rally car. She's so considerate of foreign cultures and customs. 2 pedestrian conditions are stable, mine, however, is not. Anyway, it's time for me to wrap things up and finish our desserts and move on to the drinks and the disco and whatnot. It's been a wonderful day and I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life. Finally, I've joked about Carl's status as fanatic. Sorry. But I don't find this term loosely. I know Carl is devoted to Kate, and he's devoted all he has to her. His time, his devastating dance moves, his wide-ranging opinions, and most of all, his heart. Not down, I'll never forget that. Ladies and gentlemen, goodbye, the groom. Bye.